Hello and welcome along to After Effects Basics with your host Robert Smith. In this part 5 of creating a kinetic typographical layout, I've added a bit more text to the second composition we've been working on. Let's have a look. I'll just turn those layers off for a minute, the new ones, and let's see what we've got so far. In the first series of videos we did this, we did some swinging door animation, and then we took that composition, number 1, and put it inside number 2, and here it is, like that. Fantastic. Then I added the word likes on this layer here, and I've locked those two layers because we won't be doing anything with those. Okay, now let's turn on the other layers we've got, these ones here, and let's turn off the other two layers so they don't get in the way. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is change where their anchor point is. To do that, I'm going to select the word designing, press the letter Y, and there's the anchor point there. I'm going to grab it and drag it right up onto that red spot right in the middle. Now this can be a little bit tricky, and I'll grab the next one, hold the Y. I didn't get it that time. I'll just grab it again. I got it that time. You can drag it up to there. Same with this one here. Hold the Y key down, click it up to there like that, and then hold the Y key down and move that up to there. Great. Okay, now let's pinch a bit of the animation from the other composition. So to do that, I'm going to open up the first composition, select any layer, press the letter U, and let's just copy those X rotation keyframes. Go back to our second composition like this, and let's paste those in. But before we do that, let's make these 4 layers 3D layers, so as they were in the first comp. So I'll just select the designing layer, make sure my playback head's back at the start, and Apple V to paste. The next one up the same, Apple V to paste. The next one, Apple V to paste. And the next one, Apple V to paste up to audio like that. So let's have a look at that. That saved us a lot of animation by just copying those previous keyframes. Fantastic. Let's add a bit of finesse to them by just moving our playback head to where they're in position, not while they're coming into position. Somewhere about here is fine. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to parent the motion to the designing layer like that. And I'm going to the web to the motion graphics like that. And the audio to the web layer like that. So we get a lot more drama in what we're doing. Very nice indeed. Okay, so let's see where they have to come in. I'm going to turn on those bottom 2 layers again so we can see that. So our first animation's there, does its rotation thing, on comes the word likes, so about there. So I'll grab the word designing and put it about here. The motion, I'll just move that to about there. The web to about there, and that to about there. The audio, I'll just turn off the lobster line at the moment because we're not using that yet. And what I'll do is I'll put my end of my timeline at this point here just by putting the playback head there and pressing the letter N. So when it loops straight away so we can see what it looks like. Great, on comes that. Looking good, likes, good. Comes in with great timing. We're very happy with that timing, very good indeed. Okay, we can play with that just by moving these layers left and right. Okay, let's start to work on this. So I'm going to turn all of those layers off like that and turn on the lobster layer like this, and we're simply going to make a mask for that like we've done in other movies. So I'm going to select the layer first like this. I'm going to drag a mask over the top like that, and I'm going to open up my masks for that layer. In my mask path I'm going to put a keyframe. I'm going to go to my pointer tool, click anywhere off, and then click those points and drag them down at the start like that. So they start there. Let's just drag our timeline a little bit along. Let's drag that up like that, and that up there like that to reveal it over time, so it'll look like that. Very nice indeed. Or do we want to reverse? Let's reverse the order of those. So animation, keyframe assistance, reverse, time reverse. That's not what we want, is it? So Apple Z that. We'll just bring them in from the bottom like that. That looks quite good anyway. Okay, now let's go back and turn on all of our other layers. And of course we won't want that layer till about here, till after the rest of the animations happen. So I'll drag it right over there like that. And here we go. I quite like that coming up from the bottom. A bit of a mistake, but we always design. It's amazing how much design is done like by accident. Now, okay, that's a little bit slow, that lobster thing, so I'm just going to double click, actually press the letter U on this layer here, like that. Press the U key and grab those two keyframes and move them a lot closer together, like that, so it happens a lot faster. And that's great. That's our finished page. And again, we're going to add some more typography by rotating this page into up the top left hand corner and adding more content. Okay, see you in the next video.